Hello, it's Libby from libbystamps.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And I just thought I'd come and show you this quick tip on using watercolor pencils with a Spritz wash. And I've done it here with this card, and I've used Old Olive, Bermuda Bay and Pacific Point. And then I've cut the large detailed dragonfly out with the precision base plate and put silver metallic thread underneath. And I've used one of the sentiments from the Dragonfly Dreams stamp set, and of course it's bundled with the detailed dragonfly thinlet dies. And just remember that when the Occasions catalogue retires on the 31st of May, these will no longer be available as a bundle at 10% off. So if you want them, get them now while they're still 10% off as a bundle. Right, the other things we need are our watercolour pencils and some watercolour paper. So you just bring in your watercolour paper, and we'll start with Melon Mambo this time. I'm going to use Melon Mambo, Rich Razzleberry and Early Espresso and see how they turn out. So you want to give yourself about 1 inch or 2.5 centimetres from all four sides. So don't colour in that area and just eyeball it. And you're just going to come in and scribble the colour, and you want about 1/3. On my other card I didn't quite get the 1/3, but never mind. And now we'll do Rich Razzleberry, and you're really just scribbling that colour on. And last but not least, we'll do Early Espresso down the bottom. So I think that'll about do us. Now you want this area wet, but you don't want the colour bleeding off into these areas here. So I just tore some paper towel into quarters, and I'm just going to lay that down so that when I spray, hopefully I don't spray into that area, because I want the colour to stay where I've coloured. And then they also come in handy for dabbing up excess bits of water. Then you just bring in your Stampin' Spritz, your Stampin' Up Stampin' Spritz, filled with water. Make sure your nozzle's facing the right way. Ask me how I know. And then you're just going to spray. And you want to sort of keep the card down and spray till it's quite wet. You don't want it to bow in the middle. And then I'm just going to use this piece here of paper towel and mop up the excess. I keep paper towel on hand at all times. And then you can come in with your aqua painter, because the water hasn't quite done its job, and just paint over that area with your aqua painter. Clean it off between colours if you want. And then our last bit is the Early Espresso. And then you just need to leave that to dry before you stamp your sentiment and add your dragonfly. Now I'm just going to show you what I do with my dragonfly. So you can see on this card that I've got some metallic thread below the dragonfly. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about next today. So I've cut one out in the copper foil, and I've put a glue dot just here, and I've rolled a glue dot and put one there, and one here. And I've cut my copper metallic thread, and I'm just going to, you just need enough to roll around your hand 4 or 5 times. So that's how I judge how much I take. And I just pop it in my hand and pop my thumb down to keep it still. And just roll it around my hand like that. And then with my dragonfly, I pop the pieces on the top one first and try and spread them out a bit. So just like that. And then I pop the bottom ones on, and your paper piercing tool comes in really handy for this, because you can just get all those bits down. And then if it doesn't stick to your finger, then just come in and you're just going to pull a couple of the threads over to where you've got a glue dot. Alright, so these ones aren't going to reach all the way over. I've done it a little tight, but I put the ends on, those glue dots there and there. And then the glue dots can also use to adhere it to the front of my card. So I hope you can see that on the camera, and it's on the copper foil, and I've used the copper metallic thread. That's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. Bye for now.
Hey, if you wanna play, make it about a place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line.